Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a mid-career pro, you've climbed the ladder, got the titles, hit all the milestones you're supposed to hit, but you still wake up with this heavy, vague sense of fatigue, well, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're unpacking a concept called the Stuckness Anatomy Scan. We're going to figure out what's really going on beneath the surface.
Okay, let's dive right in. Are you successfully stuck? It's kind of a wild question, right? But as high achievers, let's be honest, we become absolute experts at faking fine. On the outside, everything looks fantastic. The paycheck is solid, the resume is glowing, the respect is there. But on the inside, your internal operating system is basically crashing. You're exhausted, you're restless, and you probably don't even fully know why.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. Think of this like a clinical chart for career stagnation. We're going to follow a medical diagnostic arc today, starting with your specific symptoms, finding the underlying pathology, checking your vitals, running a targeted scan, and finally, handing you a concrete diagnosis. Section 1, the Invisible Plateau. Let's look at the symptoms of stagnation. We call this the Invisible Plateau, and it's a huge paradox. Basically, your external success is masking this growing internal dissonance. It's a feeling of stagnation and a really deep disconnect from your original purpose. And look, it is absolutely crucial to understand that this plateau isn't about you being lazy or ungrateful. Not at all. It is a profound identity fatigue. You're doing the work, sure, but you are slowly losing your why. So how does this actually show up? Let's contrast the two main symptoms here, the performance trap and the comfort cage. In the performance trap, you've got success, but literally zero joy. You're hitting your KPIs, you're getting the promotions, but you just feel completely empty. Then, on the flip side, you have the comfort cage. This is where you have security without growth. You know, the classic golden handcuffs. You're safe, you're stable, but you are profoundly bored. Either way, it's a clear sign your current setup is failing you. Moving on to Section 2, your outdated operating system. Finding the root cause. That root cause almost always comes down to your PPOS, your personal and professional operating system. Think of this as the invisible collection of beliefs, habits, and definitions of success that are running the background of your daily life. You feel stuck because your PPOS was built for a past version of you. The code you wrote back in your 20s or 30s to achieve success, it just doesn't serve the person you are today. And the result is a total system crash. Check out this powerful idea. You can't build a new life with an old operating system. Reinvention isn't about doing more, it's about running on better code. I love that. So the crucial point is this. To fix the burnout, we don't just need a vacation or a slightly better job title. We literally need to upgrade our code from the ground up. All right, Section 3, the 5 life capitals. It's time to check your vitals. A career actually breaks down into a holistic portfolio made of 5 specific capitals. It's not just your job title. You've got spiritual capital, your connection to purpose and values. Physical capital, which is your vitality and energy. Relational capital, meaning your community and support. Intellectual capital, your learning and growth. And finally, financial capital, your income and resources. Your career is this dynamic, interconnected ecosystem of all 5 of these critical accounts. Now, this is where we find your energy leaks. Financial capital is usually the excuse we use to stay stuck, right? We tell ourselves, well, I can't leave, I really need the money. But the real leaks, the ones causing your actual fatigue, those usually happen in your physical or spiritual capital. Burnout hits when one capital is forced to subsidize another. You're probably spending your physical health and your spiritual peace just to prop up your financial capital. Over time, that is just entirely unsustainable. Section 4, the Stuckness Anatomy Scan. Let's get to our diagnostic tool. Here are the actual mechanics of the scan, broken down into 3 powerful prompts, and I really encourage you to mentally assess your own vitals right now while we do this. Step 1, the score. Just rate your satisfaction from 1 to 10 for each of those 5 life capitals we just talked about. Step 2, the leak. Figure out which capital is currently subsidizing the others. Where are you bleeding energy to keep something else afloat? And step 3, the truth. Name the one thing you know is completely true right now about your career, but you're simply too afraid to say out loud. Section 5, diagnosing your results. Let's look at your plateau score. So average out your scores. If your average falls between a 0 and a 4, that indicates critical misalignment. And hey, this isn't just having a bad week at work. This is a blaring red light system alert. It signals that something fundamental in your life and career has to change immediately because your current operating system is completely incompatible with your well-being. If you score between a 5 and a 7, you're in the hidden plateau. Honestly, this is where most high achievers secretly live. On the surface, your performance looks totally fine. Your boss and your peers think you're killing it, but those hidden leaks in your physical or spiritual capitals, they are silently destroying your long-term fulfillment. Now, even if you score an 8 to a 10 surface alignment, you aren't totally off the hook. Folks in this bracket need to constantly watch out for really subtle, creeping misalignments in their identity and purpose. You want to make sure you're actually building a legacy you care about, rather than just flawlessly maintaining the status quo. This Stuckness Anatomy Scan is actually just the crucial first phase of awareness in a much larger methodology, the Mid-Career Reinvention Circle by Radiant Mind Africa. To truly move from stagnation to purpose, you go through structured phases of awareness, unification, resonance, and amplification, which they call the RA Transition Framework. What we just did today is take that first vital step of illuminating the inner landscape. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Take a hard look at your results from today's scan and ask yourself, what is the one truth about your career that you can no longer ignore? Seriously, it's time to stop faking fine. It's time to stop running on outdated code. Acknowledging exactly where you're stuck is the very first, incredibly brave step toward upgrading your operating system and finally building your reinvented life.